Ladies and gentlemen, 12 straight hours. And it's been a wonderful day. I'm still working on the document because I have some things that I want to add to it. Because I got to add things. And then we're also taking care of the other documents that are necessary, trying to protect you. This is not for me. Must understand. I keep telling that to people. None of this stuff is for me. I don't do any of this for me. When I do something for me, you hear me say, "Oh no, this is for me." Okay, that happens very seldom. Here's the thing: many of you are not going to get it at first. Some of you got it right away when I first started talking about it. This is the notice that is going to be sent out for you guys. Okay, this is the notice that is being sent out to administrative courts and those other agencies. Want to take your information and think they can do whatever they want, including the NCIC. NCIC has no jurisdiction for holding on to your information. Oh, that's the National Crime Information Center, where the police use that to see if people have warrants. Now, look, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be able to locate individuals who have legitimate warrants. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is when they pull you over and they want to run a check on you, no, you can't do that. There's no law that allows you to do that. I don't care if Congress passed the stupid statute. Statutes are not laws. There is no law that allows you to do that. So, no, you can't do it. And you don't have the right to do it because you're making money off of it. You see, everybody who accesses the NCIC database, they pay a service fee. The Department of Justice is making money off of that. Hold on now, you don't understand. The Department of Justice receives an annual budget. Pay attention. So why do they need to make money off of it? They already are paid in advance. But then they go after forfeitures, people's property, they seize that and then they sell it to each other or they sell it to their rich friends. Pay attention. Enough. I know many of you never thought about this stuff, but there's some people who watch my videos who know exactly what I'm saying to themselves, man, why did I think of that? Or we're saying to them, man, I wish I could have thought of that and I would have done it this way. Oh no, I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. I don't care if you guys try to jump on the bandwagon. There's not enough room on my bandwagon. There are too many instruments. So you got to go find another wagon to jump on. Okay, probably a gravy train wagon. Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, because individuals, corporations, organizations, agencies, quasi-government agencies don't have the authority under law to take your information, put it in a location, and then give it to someone else or give it to another agency or sell it to another agency or trade it with another agency. There is no law that permits them to do that. There's no law that allows the state to communicate with the federal government with your information without your permission. Congress can't make a law. Separation of powers is also separation of the state from the federal government because of the 10th Amendment. You see, go back and read the 10th Amendment. The state, man, it says, or to the people. The state doesn't have the power, the people. Go back and look at the 19th Amendment. All the rights in this Constitution shall not disparage any other rights retained by the people. Your right to self-autonomy, your right to control who you is, who you be, because they don't know who you be. Your right to control that is yours. Nobody has the right to make a profit off of your junk. Woohoo! Now, I created it. I want y'all to see it. I don't know if it's going to show it on here. If not, I'll show it to you on the actual document. Because there's the actual, well, let's show it to you on the actual document. All right, we got it all the way up. This is the trust. See right there? Now, I want you to see, oh, it's not here. I didn't put it here. It's here. Come on. We got the Dun and Bradstreet information there. Give me a second. Right there. You see that P with the circle? That's patented. I created that. That's patented. I've been doing that for over 30 years. But I finally have the ability of doing it on the computer. So, patented. P with a circle. It's called a common law patent. Why do I do that? Because I want to be able to say, I made this. Like the little ending of the X Files. I did this. Well, I want to be able to say that. Now, mind you, I had help, and I never take away from the help that I had because I couldn't have come up with this the way I come up with it by myself. Impossible. Impossible. Got to go talk to Newlands about that one. Now, back to the hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, what this will do is we're creating an arbitration organization, but not just one, not just two, not just four, six. Hold on now. We're not creating them. They've already been there. This has been a plan since 2018 when this was brought to my attention. I just didn't know how I was going to work it out. You see, as I said, somebody told me that somebody's talking about the Arbitration Association. I really don't, because arbitration is the way. People haven't understood that. I can't explain it to you. There's no law prohibiting an individual from starting an arbitration association. You got to do some research. You can't just start one. Sorry. You got to understand what's going on. This is not about getting an arbitration award confirmed. I could care less about confirming an arbitration award. What a court that has no jurisdiction. What do I mean by a court that has no jurisdiction? You guys know that. Well, let me show it to you. I think I still have it open. This is that collateral junk, but I think, therefore, I am. Nope, I may not have it. I think this might be it. This is it. This is where Congress said, hey, we ain't got no jurisdiction and authority. You see, we gave all of the power to the president. That was illegal. And we conspired against the American people. They literally say this. Do they actually use the word conspired? No. Let's notice what word they did use. Y'all really want to know how Congress said they violated your rights? Oh, I was about to put conspired. That ain't the word. Abridge. Now I think it's abridged. I think they did it with the ed. The majority of the people of the United States have lived all of their lives under emergency rule for 40 years. 1933 to 1973 is 40 years. Freedoms and governmental procedures. That means going to the court and getting redress. Pay attention. By the Constitution have, in varying degrees, been abridged by the laws brought into force by states of national emergency. And those laws still remain on the books. But you still don't understand. I can tell, I can see what they talking about, Bobby. And Bubba looking at you like you stupid. But pay attention, y'all. The first STAMEND. I want you to pay attention to that word. Remember, I said they did it with a D. We don't do it the right way. Congress shall make no law. First five words. Pay attention to those words. Very important. We don't care about religion. So we don't. We don't care about exercising of any speech, but we do care about abridging. Pay attention. See that word or? See that word or? Pay attention. The First Amendment doesn't stop here. You know what the First Amendment goes to? It's called the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment is not a solo amendment. It never was. They have you thinking that the First Amendment is by itself. The Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, each amendment flows into the next. Go back and read it. You'll see that each one of them goes to the next. See, this one talks about, see, you got your freedoms, but then you have the right to protect yourself. That's the Second Amendment. Then you have the right to be protected against the government and against foreign invasion, individuals coming from outside the country. Then you have the right, hey, stay off my property to be secure. Leave me alone. Get your hands off me. And your person and your property and your effects and your papers and your reputation. The attention, Supreme Court has said it's a reputation thing. Then you have the right to due process. You want to take something from me? You gotta follow the law. Remember, Congress just said it. You better pay attention. They say it says guaranteed by the Constitution, that governmental procedure. That's due process, people. You have the right to due process under the Fifth Amendment. Sixth Amendment says, hey, you want to bring me to trial? You got to give me my right to speak to, phone a friend. I got the right to phone a friend. I don't want to be a millionaire, but I want to phone a friend. Well, I do want to be a millionaire, but I still gonna phone a friend. Okay, and then after you phone a friend, you got to write, hey, them six people right there. They look like they gonna be doing the right thing. They ain't gonna be bought and sold and do it because they feel like it. They gonna follow the law, not codes and statutes. And yeah, come on here, all 12 of you. Then the seventh amendment says, hey, it cost me over $25 in damages. I can sue, can I? Over $20? No, it was 25. Oh, I got that mother. Come on now. And then got right to a trial, but not just any trial, a trial by jury. That means the judge, that idiot who's been sitting up here all these years, acting like they have the power. I've got the power. They don't got no power with a trial by jury. The jury has the power. The jury is the judge. They judge both law and fact. They took that away from you guys. They gave you a jury trial, not a trial by jury, but a jury trial. Jury trials are statutory. Don't believe me? Go and look at every statute. It says jury trial. Every court says jury trial. But the Constitution says trial by jury. Is there a difference? Of course there is. One, the judge is a referee. The other one, the judge is I am Attila the Hun. The Eighth Amendment. Hey, don't be doing that to him. Nope, you're going to follow the law. Don't be putting him through that. That's not reasonable. You have a right to be free from unreasonable harm. I can't just do that. An excessive bail, any bail that is beyond your means is excessive. Now, hold on now. If you don't kill 18 people, don't sit up here and say, well, look, I was poor, I was homeless, I can't afford no bail. 18 people? No, I can't condone that. And neither does the law. So bail has to be reasonable. That's where the unreasonableness comes from. It has to be reasonable. So they can't give you a $3,000 bail if you only have $50 in the bank. You feel me? If you don't own anything, you're renting everything. It's excessive. Now the judge will say, I'll be the one to decide that, and that's where the problem is. See, that's when they started doing stupid things like that. See, you used to be able to have your friend come in and say, no, I'll vouch for him. I'm not saying this is my friend. I will vouch for him. I will stand surety for this mother not showing up in court. You have the Ninth Amendment. Ninth Amendment says, hey, hold on. I see these rights right here, and the ones before me, well, them are yours. But you got a bunch of other rights out there that you don't even probably know about. They're natural rights. Yeah, you got some natural rights. You got rights that were given to you by the laws of nature. You got the right to breathe. You got the right to smell. You got the right to see. See, those are rights. Nobody can take that away from you. That's why some people complain. He's blocking my view, Your Honor. So pay attention. Then there's the 10th Amendment. Hey, the power's not delegated to the federal so called government. It doesn't say federal government, it just says government. Are reserved to the states and to the people respectively. Okay? The state, because it's the people collectively, but the people individually. You see, you maintain those rights. That's called a Bill of Rights. All it talks about is your rights. It doesn't give you a single right. If you notice, I haven't said anything about you getting a right. But what Congress can't do is Congress cannot abridge those rights, those freedoms. Congress doesn't have the authority. Congress can't interfere with your right to petition government for redress. Pay attention what Congress has admitted. It says a majority, a majority, man, where's major at? Of the people of the United States. It's not just talking about citizens. have lived all of their lives under emergency rule. Why? We've already showed you where they admitted that the emergency rule should have been ended. For 40 years, freedoms. We just read about how you're supposed to have your right to freedom. Governmental procedure, due process, guaranteed by the Constitution's Bill of Rights, have in varying degrees been abridged, which Congress shall make no law, and they did it under emergency rule. By laws, Congress shall make no law that abridges your rights brought into force by states of national emergency. The problem of how the constitutional democracy reacts to great crisis, that's not what the issue is. It is antedates. The Great Depression, nobody cares about no antedates. What we care about is there is no reason for the emergency any longer. Okay? Now, they talk about John Locke and all these other fools in here. We don't care about John Locke. You know what we care about? We care about the fact that Congress has said there's a problem. See, we're aware that there has been a delegation of enormous amounts of powers. But of how much power, no one knows. In order to correct the situation, the special committee staff was instructed to work with the executive, means the executive branch was involved, and neither Congress was involved, and those legal authorities, means the courts were involved, to compile an authoritative list of delegated emergency powers. But they are telling you this. You all need to grab a hold of this and go read it. They're telling you everything that's going on. They're telling you we've been in and pay attention. Banking emergency. A banking emergency means bankruptcy. That's what a banking emergency is. It's bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is a banking emergency, people. Why do you think the word bank is in the word? They weren't talking about Philip Banks, okay? Okay? They weren't talking about Philip Banks or Carlton or Will. I or Vivian. You know what I'm saying? Or Ashley. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. I said Carl Banks and anyway, under the powers delegated by these statutes, the president may seize property, organize and control the means of production, seize commodities, assign military forces abroad, institute martial law so he doesn't need congressional authority to send troops where he wants. He can institute martial law without saying anything, seize control of all transportation and communications, and regulate the operations of private enterprises. Restrict travel? I wonder how they do that. And in a plethora, they use that word, of particular ways control the lives of all American citizens. They don't say U.S. citizens, they say American citizens. Understand? There is a difference, and they understood. They understood. Understand this. This is still going on. They never suspended this emergency to the present day. That means the courts are operating under the emergency rule, which is a military rule. Because the Treaty with the Enemy Act, which is what was amended in 1933, is a military act. Don't believe me? Let me have Congress speak. Hold on. Let Congress say it to you. Congress, y'all ready? Oh, there it is right there. I done looked at it and then looked right past it, right here. The first provision of the bill validates and maintains the authority exercised by the President of the United States in the proclamation related to the banking subordination issued by President March 6, 1978. The second confers upon the President bestowed under the Act of October 6, 1917. October 6, 1917 is the Act, regardless of whether the country is involved in war. Now, pay attention. They said regardless. We still regardless. just not going to regard it as much as we were regarding it before. What about the countries involved in war? See, before it was only applied to war. Guess what Congress could not do because of the Third Amendment? The military can only protect us against foreign invasion. They have no authority on American soil. So they applied a military act to the civilian population. Wait, I didn't say this. Wait, hold on, the wrong one. It says it right here. Right here. Nope, not that one. Got one more page after this one. A majority of the people in the United States live all their lives under military, emergency. Military. You know what I'm saying? Emergency rule. Emergency rule. The term national emergency comes from the Trading with the Enemy Act. That's why it was national emergency to protect the nation. Congress says, hey, we're going to, well, no, sorry. Congress didn't say this. I got to correct myself. And it's the bankers that said it. The Federal Reserve bankers, the Federal Reserve Board, they're the ones who wrote the letter, who created this emergency from 1933. Don't believe me? Go do your research. Just take this document and put it in the GPT. It will tell you. It's history. It's not the fake history. It's just the history they're not going to tell you about. But they give it to you. It's already in writing. That's the history you should be looking up. No. We've got some things we're putting into place to address this. But for right now, those of you who are paying attention, they don't have the right. And using their courts, sorry, don't say, oh, he's talking about the courts now. Using their courts is not advantageous. So what is the way around the courts? Probably start. That's what he figured out. Give the young man his credit. Because he said, arbitration. Because the courts have no jurisdiction over arbitration. The parties have jurisdiction over arbitration. Well, how do you bind them? Because the arbitration is between the parties, the trustee, the so-called grantor, and the beneficiary. No, hold on now. This trust has a trust protector and it has a fiduciary. Fiduciary and the trustee are not the same in this particular trust. The trust protector and the trustee, not the same. But hold on now. Because it has all of those components, those are parties. They have agreed. Now, there's an arbitration clause that says any interloper, intermeddler, interfering with trust property. And because of the way it's set up, you mess with trust property, the trust rests, and we've already showed you what is considered property of an individual. Mess with the trust rest, the beneficiary can ask the trustee to seek arbitration. Now, hold on now. Beneficiaries don't control the trustee. The trustee gets to choose to arbitrate. Don't worry about it. Go back and look. Nobody was doing arbitration clauses in trust agreements prior to this organization. No, hold on. Other people have added arbitration clauses to their trust agreement. Those are usually the Cayman Island Trust and things like that. Okay, that's where you're going to be spending a whole lot of money. Here, we help you create a trust where you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get a trust. Now, anybody can create a trust. My grandmother can create a trust. She's dead, but she can still create one. Dead people can have a trust. However, not like ours. Sorry. I'm just going to tell it to you. It's not like ours. All the other trusts are being created to make money off of people, and all the other trusts are being created by people who don't have the experience that this person has. You see, I get to bring my experience with me. I get to bring the research that I've done with me. Other people, I got experience and I get research and go right on ahead. You should have thought about it before me. Since you got all the experience and all the research, you shouldn't be watching my videos. Shouldn't be copying what I'm doing if you got all the knowledge and all the research. I love it when people try to compare themselves to me. Don't do that. Keep comparing yourselves to you. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost at that time because it's only going to give you 30 minutes of this. What you need to know, what you need to understand. The program is not ready yet. As you can see, even tonight, I'm still working on it. And I'll be working on it for the next couple of days. Next couple of days. Then we're going to have rain for 3 days. They said possibly 4. Now, for us, now you guys, some of y'all get rain all the time. So, like, what's the big deal? When it rains, I can't go anywhere. It's too muddy. And it's not that I can't go anywhere. If it's an emergency, yes, I can leave. I can take the road. Cars drive on the road all the time. I just don't feel like going through the mud, and I don't feel like getting stuck in the mud because then, for the most part, I'll have to walk back to my house in the mud to get the truck to hook it up to the car, to hit the four-wheel drive, to pull the car out of the mud, walk back to the house, excuse me, drive the truck back to the house, then walk back to the car, and follow me. So I ain't got time. What about the neighbor? My neighbor lives too far and got to go through more mud than I got to go through, so why would I put him through that? So again, when it rains, it pours, and I stays inside. I don't have a problem with staying inside. Why? Because I get to get things done. I finally was able to get some stuff done this past week, so I am not complaining. Sounds like you're complaining. Shut up! Yeah, sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, the idea here is not to stab somebody in the eye, not to get back at somebody. The idea here is to say, stop making up these stupid little, dumb little rules saying you can do whatever you want with my property and you're going to give all the corporations all the power and let them get their way. And every time we come to court trying to get some redress, you want to sit up here and tell us that we have to jump through all of these hoops and all of these hurdles and all of these, wait a minute. Hey, come on, run. They're shutting the door. And we ain't got time for that. I got time to be running. You want to shut the door on me? Then I'm going to open another door. And you want to shut that door? I'm going to find another door and I'm going to keep finding doors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hinges off your door and ask everybody else to come on in. So that's what you see. They kept messing with me. When I was 3 years old and I told you all this story, I came downstairs crying to my mother and father. My father didn't live with us, but he was at the house every day. He made sure he was part of our lives. He said, "Oh, come here. What's wrong?" My mother was speaking at the same time. "Oh, what's wrong?" And I said, "They keep messing with me." And my father said, "If you had Jehovah as your friend, nobody would mess with you." And I said, "Really? Who's that?" And he said, "He's the most powerful person ever." And I said, "That's who I want as my friend. That way nobody will mess with me." Well, I have Jehovah as my friend, and he's helping me to make sure that nobody messes with me. Like I said, I'm tired of messing with me. So this is my, I said, leave me alone. And they keep messing with me. So he's given me the tools that I can peacefully mess back. Let's see what type of mess we can cause when these fools understand that we can put liens on things after we have an arbitration award that was legitimately got. The arbitrator is not. We have 46 arbitrators, everyone. No joke. The arbitrator is not going to just rule in your favor if you come this way. The arbitrator will follow the law. The system doesn't work. The process doesn't work if the arbitrator sits up there and just concedes. Now, those of you, now I will say this wasn't a plan. I didn't think about it until just now, but like I said, they pissed me off. Those of you who have an arbitration that the courts have interfered with, come on over here. We will reissue. Not well, I can't say reissue. Got to be careful about that. We will review your arbitration award. We'll review the circumstances. If they said it was frivolous, we will look over it to see whether it was frivolous or not. Now, I want you to know there was one person who sent us an arbitration, and that was junk. And I'm going to let you know because they didn't even do it right. They added a bunch of junk to it, and I had to literally modify and vacate their arbitration because one, they had not properly served everybody, and second, they had not brought forth any valid claims. Sorry, that's what I had to. If you, oh, sorry, this arbitration here that we're talking about, you don't have to serve anybody. The trustee does that. You don't have to do any work at all. All you gotta do is notify the trustee that they're messing with trust property. But You have to be a part of the trust. The trust is not available yet. You will not find it on SATCOM. Pay attention. It won't be available. I'm hoping this week. Today is the 20, well, it'll be the 29th in 3 hours. So today is the 29th. So I'm hoping this week. Bear with me because this is not like sneezing. Okay, it's not knee jerked. This I have to work out the entire process. Work out the entire process. So you saw we have the trust, and I just created the declaration. Where you at, declaration? Yeah, that's the declaration. You see, that's the declaration, and so then I do the certificate of trust, you know, and what you must understand is this is being done under a nonprofit, but it's being done under a sole prop. Hey, a sole prop can be a there is no law prohibiting a sole prop from being a nonprofit. Like I said, doesn't matter. I'm a nonprofit one way or the other because I never make a profit. All of my money goes right back into the company. I don't. I'm not in this for that. I'm not in this to get rich. Okay, it's not Friday night. And I ain't just got paid. Okay, I'm not Sean Kemp. Oh, John Kemp. Sorry, not Sean Kemp. We know Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp's a basketball player. John Kemp is a singer. Passed away because somebody killed him. Okay, but he just got paid because it's Friday night parties. And all right. Okay. What? Say ho. Say what? Say ho. How? Say ho. Ho. Oh. Ow. All right. Wait. Hey, gotta go. You guys must understand. I have to have some enjoyment in this because this is all I do. This is all I do. And I have people who want to interfere with my method of doing things, and I can't allow that. It works for me. I'm not trying to do this so it works for you. My job is to provide assistance. Now, if I don't spark something in your head through one of these videos, hey, glory be. And if I have got you thinking things, glory be. But if you're just here because you're trying to figure out how you can get over on me, how you can reach out to me and anyway, I think that I'm going to be at your beck and call. I've had people, at least 6 people in the last year and a half, come work for SATCOM, and all of them came with nefarious and untruthful reasons. They didn't come here because they wanted to help people. Yeah. It was in the back of their minds, but they weren't trying to help people. They were trying to help themselves. And I knew that, but I couldn't just say that to them because I have to give everybody a chance. That's what I talked about in the video that it's going to be up just before this one. I have to give people a chance because that's my personality. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give you a chance just because you say you should give me a chance. That's not how I work. I've had so many people come work for the organization that let's just say I regret ever having given them a chance because they had ulterior motives from the very beginning, and their ulterior motives were not in any way trying to benefit anybody. That's my bad. I had one guy, he only came in because he wanted to speak to the females. That's the only reason why he was here. And then bowed out real quickly when I brought it to his attention. Another one who literally was just going to just take the money and not do the work at all. Another one who was going to take the money and not do the work at all. And another one who was going to take the money and do a little bit. You follow me? This is what I go. This is what our companies are. But our clients, we're still here helping you. You see, I don't put anything on hold. If there is a delay because of something a staff member does, we make up for it, despite that staff member. Now, understand, Sorry, I wasn't supposed to go this long. I'm 4 minutes over, 5 minutes now. I'm going to make this real quick. All of you sat packers who we are helping you with your debt, only the ones to whom we are directly helping you with your debt. If you are not one of those, in other words, if you don't know what I'm talking about and we have not been in contact with you, then you are not one of them. So don't contact us saying, what, but I'm on it. And then shut up. Exactly. We're sending the letters out. Now, what you all understand, I want you SAP hackers to understand this. SAP hackers, mega trust people, and Fourth Amendment people. We are sending letters out on your behalf if we're working on your debt. They are not responding. The law requires an authenticated accounting be returned. We're going to keep sending letters out knowing that they're not going to provide what we're asking for. Why? Because the law allows for you to do a small claims lawsuit. Woohoo! Against them for at minimum $500 for each time they didn't respond. You'll get a copy, proof of service of each time they did not respond to your request. Woohoo! Okay, now, do you have to do small claims? Yeah, you do, but we're keeping a record for you. Now, hold on now. We're going to be doing, you're going to love this, a small claims action on behalf of the trust. And here's the thing, we can do it until our heart's content. You know how the banks be doing 5, 10, 15, 100 people at one time? Well, we get the same thing now because a young man, Kirby, brought to my attention. I've forgotten this. I really did because I only knew it back in 2012 and I hadn't done it. It was no big deal because I wasn't really concerned with it. When I first started the SACCOM organization, Securities Acquisition Trust Commission, that was 2012 in June. And the idea was we were going to be doing trusts. That's how everything got started. We were creating trusts. And then there were some other issues that took place, so we got started then, but didn't really fully get started until 2017, 5 years later. Oh, now, when we got started 5 years later, I forgot the fact that a trustee can represent trust property in court in several states, including California. I forgot. And Kirby reminded me. Yay! He didn't know he was reminding me, it's just he mentioned it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going in for some of our clients here in California. Now, remember, most of the companies you're dealing with are located in California. So, we don't have to go all over the world. But we will let you know when that time comes when we're ready for you to have your ammunition. Remember, they have to sign it. That's it. They're never going to sign it. Why? Because they would be admitting perjury. They will never sign the statement of accounting because they will be admitting perjury. Now we're working on some other letters. So I got to finish one more before I go to sleep. It's 9. So I've been up since 6 this morning. It's 9 o'clock now. You see, 13 hours, going on 14 hours. And I still got one more letter I need to do. So I got to let y'all go. Have a coke and a smile. See you in a while. Goodbye.